actually they eventually ended up losing money. They ended up losing money in the process, or they ended up losing the results they were expecting in the process, because they were very good at the skills. They were good at inviting or prospecting, or maybe they didn't even have to present. Maybe they used a tool, maybe a video or something, somebody else's presentation, and their person got started. Or they're very good closers. Like once their own is just, once they can plug in the person into any meeting, they finish the work, like they close the person down. Some people are very good at inviting, and so they work the numbers game, whereby their plan is to just invite as many persons as possible, so that if there are instant signups, they can have, if there are 100 instant signups and they invited at least 20 persons, out of the 10 instances that will come from 100, maybe 2 will be theirs. Some people work their business that way. But you see, at the end of all of this, if the person is this good and they sign up these people, and these people do not know what they need to do or don't understand the mechanism of duplication, then it's like taking 1 step forward and 10 steps backward. So I really, really want us to pay attention to what duplication really is about, because that is what is going to just be the game changer for your business. All right. So as we continue, great leaders lead by example. This is one of the most known adages in when you talk about leadership, success in business. For me, I've come to adopt an ideal model of business and leadership from the Igbo apprenticeship system. Like, there's no day that the Oga does not go to his shop. There is no day. He shows up every day. And that instills the discipline in his boys to just be there. Even if they are purging, they will come out. Okay? So leadership is like a well-known adage in business. And so now, the same principle can be said of duplication, like in network marketing principle that speaks about creating success for your team and business by imparting the same action plan for success that you followed. So when these boys leave their boss and they are now on their own, they know the routine of the 5 years they were with their boss, or 7 years, or whatever it is. They know what the routine, it just becomes a part of them, because it was something that was done every other day. And guess what? Can their boss make sales whether outside them showing up to the shop or not? Yes, he will. He will. But why are they showing up? Because it is the system. It is what is expected. And it is expected that when they become bosses of their own too tomorrow, they will repeat the same thing with the people that are working with them. So duplication is one of the cornerstones of network marketing. Legitimate companies do not provide opportunity to people on the sole basis of their capacity to generate referrals. Somebody will tell you, I don't like network marketing, I don't know how to talk to people, I don't know how to refer people. But that is not the sole basis of what we do here. That is not it. Okay, so what is the sole basis of what we do here? Now you will see more of that. Rather, it is the ability of network marketers to hone the skills of those within their network that determine their true potential for success. So they must be able to teach their teams how to generate the leads. Like when I use the word leads, I'm talking about prospects, people that will come and see the business. All right, sign up people, get sales, and then impart these very lessons to each of their own respective teams, all the way down the line, all the way down to the point where it is no longer within your capacity to do it. Like, there's a point in your business, maybe it's your 10th generation, where the downlines of your downlines of your downlines of your downlines don't even know. They might just only hear your name, but they don't know you. They've never met you in person. All right. So, but what happened is that before your business got to that point, you have built capacity in people all the way down who are able to, duplicate the results that you created with them, such that even their new partners don't need you anymore. So when I give this example of, in 1 year time, you have 1,000 downlines. Out of that 1,000 downlines, maybe those people that those people that you sponsor directly might be about 30 of them. Okay, those you sponsor directly might be about 30 of them. Those personally, your friends, people that are in your contact, people that personally, might just be about 5. But you see, people run thinking that they're going to generate the 1,000 downlines themselves, not forgetting that they just have to follow through on the activities to generate, get maybe 5 of their personal friends to sign up, and then use cold markets to generate another extra 25 other persons to sign up, who eventually, because of duplication, follow the same system that got them into the business to get their own partners into the business. And along the line, they have built an amazing system. and an amazing team. Now, this does not just stop at inviting, okay? Does not stop at just getting sign-ups, but also at the point of showing people what they need to do and helping them do it. So now, as I continue, with this, you are essentially duplicating the success you created, you know. And whether we like it or not, success doesn't just happen. It is the deliberate following of one step after the other, deliberately following it. So what does it mean? It looks like at the end of the day, you created your success, but if that is what it is, then it's okay to create your own success, right? And trust me, I feel like it's even better that way, because if you create your own success, you can actually document the same processes that you followed and generate the same result. Okay, for example, somebody I'll use as an example, Tara of Tara Makeup House. She started her business, one makeup studio. One makeup studio became, I think she has over 100 makeup studios across Nigeria today. And I remember I follow her on Instagram, and I remember when she set up a, what I call it, a training or mentorship platform where she has her business, you know, has the setup structure documented as a document that anybody can use to scale up their business, whatever the kind of business is. So that's duplication at the core of what she did, and she's trying to teach other persons how to do the same. So it is not strange that such is expected in network marketing. Now, here are a few simple examples to guide you through on a successful duplication process. Determine who among your signups. Okay, first of all, you have to determine if your prospects are serious, all right, about network marketing. There are people who are not serious, there are people who are time wasters. We said that during the, when do we talk about time wasters? IPO. There are people who are time wasters. Identify them quickly and move away. That don't even pay attention to the gibberish that is coming out of their mouths. Right? Now, determine those people who among your new partners who have signed up into your business, who will be valuable to your team. And you, again, this is what is going to happen in the beginning of your business. In the beginning of your business, maybe your friend, maybe your, you know, these people that when they come on board, you're like looking at them, you're like, okay, this person is very good at this person is very disciplined, this person is very this person is very that. There are certain traits you see in them that you know that it is valuable to the team, your team, obviously, and our team at large. Find out who makes purchases for additional training material. Simply ask them what their goals. So you need to be able to have these conversations with them. Now, the four most important characteristics of an excellent downline is their willingness to commit to the business. So you see, I don't even joke with people who, even if it takes them 1 week to complete something, but the fact that they are committed to doing it, like you can see the commitment. It's one thing to have the commitment, it's another thing to follow through on the process. Right? It's another thing to be willing to commit. All right. So find out who takes the training serious, who is committed to using the tools. Those people, don't joke with them. Don't joke with them. They might have slow progress, but don't joke with them. Now you need to also find dedicate your time to those people who are committed. So you need to be there for them and then help them to, you know, guide them through the process of generating their prospects or their leads to build their business and develop their own network. So your committed presence ensures that the right methods are duplicated successfully. If you're not present, the way A is being done, they will go and do it Z and make a mistake. But you know what will happen? When they do that, that mistake will trickle down their team, because perhaps they have 1 or 2 persons in their business already. They will make that same mistake with their downlines, and somewhere along the line, that mistake has cost you a whole active business when it could have been gotten right from the onset. So don't leave people to themselves because you feel like, oh, this person is, I think this person has it covered, and you're not trying to be sure that they are doing the right thing and following the system and following it the right way. All right, so teach and insist on very clear and specific system. The key word here is this insist. It's one thing to teach, another thing to insist that it's being done that way. Now, perhaps somebody decides to go against what you're insisting on them to do. It's fine. It will go down in history that you know, push them in the right direction, but they chose another way. Maybe they will create a new system for us, who knows? But remember, duplication is about providing them with the methods which you yourself have used and has proven effective. Now, develop your training in such a way that they will be able to perform these methods themselves and train others following your example. So when we talk about the QSG, is it QSG? Yes, IPO, sorry, IPO. The three cardinal structures of the business: be willing to be trained, be willing to train others, and commend your business to God as number one. The two training parts there: be willing to be trained and be willing to train others. You see where that comes in, that not only are you came on board, you got the training, you got the results, but it doesn't stop there. Even if it takes you 1 week, 1 month, two months to generate the results, bear in mind that eventually you would have to duplicate what you did with your partners. If possible, avoid your mistakes that you made such that they will be able to generate results just like you or even better, following your example. So when you are helping them do that, is you training them indirectly. So training doesn't have to come in the form of, oh, I come or log into Zoom, but it comes in the form of, this is the next activity. This is how to go about it. Do it and show me what you did, or do it and update me, or do it and inform me. Where they make mistakes, you correct, repeat the process again. Okay, so teaching and insisting on following the right methods is very, very important. Hold them accountable for their performance. You dedicate your time to teaching them the system, and this includes making sure that your downlines follow it accordingly. Be firm, but never overbearing, and encourage them by making them understand how well the system would work for them if these methods are performed correctly, so that they can also enjoy the fruits of the business just like you are enjoying. Now, give responsibility and assignment. Now, when you give responsibility and assignment to your teammates, as opposed to just doing everything for them, all right, what you do is that you challenge them to exit their comfort zone and begin to take charge of their business. Yes, it's okay. I mean, I feel like it is more normal to give assignments and the person says, I'm not able to this. You say, okay, yeah, I understand. But we don't, in this business, if you start to see that it's becoming a trend, you have to challenge your teammates to exit their comfort zone and don't buy their excuses. As a leader, if you buy their excuses, they will make more and more and more. A lot of people some people are not in this meeting room now, but I'm talking about them. If they were here, they will know that I'm talking about them. Oh, yes, he couldn't make it to the QSG. He said his grandfather, sister, brother just gave birth. That's why he couldn't come to the QSG. And I'm like, Sometimes, maybe the next week, the person will come with another excuse. What will happen? 1 month down the line, they've not done the QSG. I don't expect magic to happen. I don't expect miracles to happen overnight. So leaders are not afraid to take action and give out responsibility to their team from the beginning and expect them to report back to you. So this actually forces the egos among them to emerge. Granted, people are going to go through different challenges in life and all of that. And the best way you can actually work with such situations like their excuses and their challenges is to relate with it. Oh, yes, I understand. It's really not easy on you, but I know that we can push past this phase if you're willing to, just say a few encouraging words. I'm not saying you should push away their excuses when they are given responsibility and they don't deliver. No, don't push it away. Acknowledge it, relate with it, but let them know that, yeah, we can actually move past this point and share a beautiful vision of when all of these challenges are over, where they are likely to be at, right? It helps them to look beyond now and look at the future. So identify the leaders among your people and work with them. The nature of network marketing success is all about raising yourself to help others raise themselves. I used to see this video where Chris Oyakilome had two ladies sitting down on the front pew in the church, and he asked one of them, both of them were sitting down, and he asked one of the ladies to carry up the other lady sitting down. And she could not. They said, carry her up. While she tried to stand up, no, sit down and carry her up. And so sitting down and trying to carry her up, she could not. But when she stood up and tried to carry the other person up, it was possible. So you cannot be in the same level of limitation, excuses, challenges, and expect that what you're telling your new partner or your new downline, they will take it and start running. You have to stand yourself and then lift them up. It's very important to recognize leaders in your network and develop them for that. Encourage these people to keep shining brighter, and you will have a stronger relationship that is lasting and vital to your future growth. Everybody, basically. So here are the tools for duplication. The SMO checklist. I mean, many of you who have been following SMO checklist lately, you realize that we're not even trying to say anything else outside. Have you done this? Have you done that? And these are all things in the SMO checklist. And it is very, very important that we stick to it. We follow it to the letter. Okay, are we following? The 444 worksheet, which is why we are here today. So we flogged the SMO checklist enough. But the 444 worksheet is another one. We cannot push that one aside though. The 444 worksheet is contained in the SMO checklist. So if we don't break it down, you might complete the SMO checklist and get stuck at that point. A lot of people in the business they are still at connector level till today. They've expanded their accounts. The only thing that is stopping them from moving from connector to Kingsman is that they have not followed the 444 worksheet. They have expanded their account. They have signed up 2 people, have been 4 people. They have signed up 4 people. But their business is at that level. That's where it is. That stopped there. So we need to follow the 444 worksheet to achieve the results. Of course, we've mentioned about the diary, your hardcover notebook, and all of these things before now. But let me just move. Many of us already have the soft copies of these SMO checklists in your phone, right? So a quick summary of what our SMO checklist is looking for from you is for you to attend your IPO and every other training that is necessary. Understand the 444 system, get your tools, do your third-party calls, do the instant invitation call, do big announcements, give out survey questionnaires, attend our master class, which is going to happen in the 5th week. Use the eligibility link to connect people. This is where you are now reaching out to people that you don't know. So some people are still stuck in week 1 and 2 because my friends that I showed the businesses, they have not signed up. Who told you that that's the end of your business? We have 3, 4, and 5. And the activities of 3, 4, and 5 is going to expose you to contacts, more contacts. Use referrals. So when we are pushing you through to the finish line of the SMO checklist, it is because we understand what we are doing. And remember when you attended presentation, Mrs. B will always she always says it that whatever you know about network marketing, whatever you understand about network marketing, please just trash it. Trash it and come on an open slate and be willing to learn, relearn, unlearn, and just keep learning. Okay, so I just quickly summarize. These are like the key important details here. But now our 444 worksheets proper is very full of duplication. The 444 there simply means that you're going to connect 4 of your new partners in a space of 4 to 5 weeks and teach them to make their own 4 connections as well. So that's where the 444 came from. All right. Now the 444 worksheet is designed to create accountability in your business. You will see how that works. It creates a framework by which you can monitor the strength of your business. And it's designed to create leaders in your team. So you will see, as I'm explaining the 444 worksheet now, you will see me buttress on these points that I just put down here. The framework to monitor the strength of your business, to create leaders, and it gives you an X-ray of your business, an overview. So whenever you want to know, maybe 6 months down the line, you're saying, this business, I did everything, and it's not working. Remember that when we ask you for your SMO checklist, your 444 worksheet is supposed to follow it because it is inside the SMO checklist. It is a portion of the SMO checklist, but this is us breaking it down now. So when you pick up your SMO checklist, your 444 worksheet, and you look at it, you can say for certain, okay, this is the strength of my business. This is an X-ray of what my business looks like at the moment. So it gives you an X-ray of an overview of about 20 serious people that are in your business, and it gives your business activity closure by which you can gauge your progress. So you cannot finish the SMO checklist without the 444 worksheet being X-rayed. Like if you don't look at it, you don't take a look at it, then you can't say that you have done your SMO checklist completely. Now, what is this 444 system supposed to help you achieve? It's supposed to help you actually, like I said, teach 4 people to reach 4 people in 4 weeks. This is what, through this, if you follow this deliberately, millionaires can be created. Now, let me go back again and explain certain things just before I move further. So just as I'm saying it again, it's being like a repetition because, of course, repetition breeds mastery. We talk about duplication, we talk about accountability in your business. So you know that when you're looking at your 444 worksheet, you know for certain, you're telling yourself that this is what I need to do. The framework that determines the strength of your business. When you look at your SMO checklist and you see, this my friend has signed up, this my friend has signed up, but this my friend, this person, the third person has not signed up, or your first downline now has their 4 downlines, your second downline has not signed up anybody. You're like, okay, I need to pay attention to this person. I need to focus more on this person. Okay. Again, when you follow it now, the 444 worksheet is saying that when you turn up your first 4 connectors, these are your 4 connectors. What are we going to do with them? We're going to help them get their 4 each. When they get their 4 each, that means this guy has 4, this person has 4, this person has 4, this person has 4. That's 16 new partners on the second level. When you add these 16 new partners plus your 4 that you sign up yourself, that is 20. Now, out of these 20 people, there is no how, by virtue of following the system to the letter, you will not be able to identify 8 persons who are actively pushing their business. That is when you know that your business has gotten off the ground. What are these 8 persons doing? They are prospecting. They are inviting people to presentation halls. They are doing follow-up, or even if they're not doing follow-up, they are updating you with the people that have attended presentation. Because remember, inviting people to presentation is the gateway skill. Once there's no invitation going on in your team, your business is dead. There's no magic. If you like, you yourself, invite from now to tomorrow. If you don't have, if you sign up people and they are not doing the same thing, you have a dead business. Okay? So it gives you an x-ray of your business and an overview of the serious 20 people in your business. So these 20 people now, you can tell for certain when it's time, when it's every event, 20 people in your team. If all 20 people do not invite, let's say maybe Tuesday, there's this your teammate that the guy on Tuesdays, their office is so hectic that they don't even have. So maybe you know for sure that this guy might not be able to invite you, but there are 19 other people in the team. Even if 10 have reasons to not invite, there are 10 other people in the team. Okay, so this allows you to be able to have activity in your business day in, day out. So every event, your 20 people, at least if 20% of them are inviting, that means you have 4 persons that made invitations to the presentation, plus yourself. That is where the 20% rule, 20-80 rule comes in, the Pareto principle. Okay, so it gives your business activity closure for you to gauge the progress in the business. So it also gives you closure, because when you look at your business and you want to say for sure that, I signed up, when I signed up in so time, I did my SMO checklist, and I was able to help my 4 new downlines connect their own 4 new downlines. That means you have completed your baseline activities. Like when you're going to, there are certain programs you have to do in the university or something, they will tell you that, you have to do the foundation program, and if you pass the foundation program, then you can be moved to the next level. Completing your SMO worksheet is like your foundation program. It gives you closure. It gives you that feeling that, yes, I've arrived. I have everything that you have learned, you have put it in, and this is the result that it has gotten for you. Ideally, you're supposed to have gotten through, and start the 444 worksheet in your 5th week in the business. But perhaps it takes you 8 weeks to do it, no problem. But once you get to that point where you're working your SMO 444 worksheet, follow it and make sure you complete it. Let it be your guide. Let it be the thing that, like whatever they are saying, you're not listening until you finish your 444 worksheet. Okay, so now this 444 system, teach what to reach for in 4 weeks. When you follow it legitimately, religiously, your teammates will do the same. Even if your 20 downlines don't do the same, at least 4 people will do the same. So now the teach what to reach for business plan. This is what the SMO 444 worksheet looks like. Unlike the days when we were, fully offline, like office businesses, every new partner will get a hard copy of the SMO checklist, and a hard copy of the 444 worksheet, and a hard copy of the name list sheet to write your name list. Why are we doing this? So that you can get right into action. So when the person signs up their first 4 downlines, which might happen in their first week or their second week or their third week, and when I say because I've seen people who I've seen somebody sign up 3 people in 2 days. In their first 2 days, they had 3 new downlines. Okay, in their first 1 week, they had like 8 new downlines. So as soon as your business kicks off, you can start working your 444 worksheet. You may not have the worksheet handy, but you can keep on recruiting until you get to the week 4, where we're asking you to pick up the 444 worksheet and start using. But what would happen differently is, at that point that you are in week 4 and you're using your 444 worksheet, even if you have signed up 12 people, remember that some people are dead on arrival. Just as soon as they make their payments, the very next day, something goes wrong and they are no more interested in the business. They're not picking your calls. They say, please, can I sell my account? So all these things happen. But perhaps you get to the 4th week and you already had like 10 downlines. All 10 of them might not enter your 444 worksheet, but perhaps you have 8 of them who are serious, or 10 of them are seriously following the system. They've done their QS, they've done their IPO. They too are now making their invitations for presentation as well. You can pick up as much as 2 to 3 or 4 SMO 444 worksheets, depending on how many downlines that you have. So as they come in, number 1 person's name is here, number 2 person's name, number 3, number 4, their phone number, and the dates that they registered. Now, what are you? This is just the beginning part. The 444 worksheet now kicks in at this point. Remember that this is just one hard copy paper. Now, Abdul is here, Esther is here, Dominic is here, Ebube is here as a 4th person. You come here, name of primary connector 1, Abdul. Now, what are you doing? Your focus has shifted from prospecting for yourself to helping your downlines get their own 4 sign-up. So what are you doing? Have you done your QSG? Have you done your IPO? It's time to do big announcements. It is this time. It is time for this, it's time for that. Making sure that they repeat the same things that you did when you started before you got them to register. So Abdul is following this system, following the protocol. He is getting his own downlines. 1, 2, 3. The next person here is Esther. Esther signs up along the, while Abdul is at 3 downlines, Esther is still on 0 downlines. Or you write her name here. The 3rd person is Dominic. Dominic is doing the business. In fact, Dominic has signed up 2 people already, even though, he came on board at the same time that Esther came on board. But Dominic has 2 downlines. But how did he get his 2 downlines? He did his QS, did his IPO. Maybe he has to expand his account. And afterwards, he did his big announcement. And from his big announcement, 1 person signed up. The next week, he did his 3rd-party call. 1 person, after presentation, the person says, oh, I will pay by so day. And he followed up the person till that day. The person signed up. That was 2 weeks into his business. And the person has signed up. Now he has 2 downlines. Maybe the last person here is Ebube. Ebube just signed up. Ebube is one of your 4 persons you're working with. But Ebube is so serious with his job. And his business activity is just slow. He just has 1 sign up. Okay. And then maybe this Esther herself is even very serious. She's doing everything. She's doing all the calls. She's doing everything, but she has not gotten a sign up. When I talked about this business, giving you an X-ray of what is going on, for certain where there's a problem. From these people now, where is their problem? There's something wrong with what Esther is doing. You now have to reach out to Esther and say, okay, let's X-ray. Where is your SMO checklist? What have you done? How many people have you invited? Have you invited up to 40 people? Because ideally, you're working the numbers game. If 40 people see the business, 40 people that attended the presentation and see the business physically, you will have 4 sign-ups, no doubt. I've experimented it with a lot of people and I've seen it happen. If you have 40 persons who sit down in a presentation hall, either on Zoom or physically, or you are sure that they watched a video to the end of the video, and quickly reached out to you, say, I've watched the video and I've gotten the details, and have questions to ask, and you start following up on them. Out of 40 of them, you must have 4 sign-ups. I use the word must because it works. Okay, so maybe Esther's prospects, the problem is when we now go back to her contacts and we say, okay, these are the names, phone number, reservation, those that have attended. Out of her 150 contacts, apparently, only 25 have actually attended a presentation, even though she has been inviting. Now, out of the 25 that have attended the presentation, 12 of them had network challenges during the Zoom meeting, and they logged out before the session ended. And that was it. Esther has not reached out to them again to say, hey, how far? Sorry, I saw that you were in the meeting room, but you logged out impromptu. Okay, and we have a video that helps you to catch up on the part that you missed in the session. I can get my leader to help us with the videos and send it across to you. Would that be okay with you? Find a way to help them catch up on what they missed. So what happens? By the time you go back to Esther's business and pay attention to it, and you guys start to follow, you will see the results start to come. Or perhaps Esther has been showing her business to small children. Maybe Esther is 2 years, she's a banker, she's just 2 years into her banking job. And she may not have that many contacts in the bank, but most of the contacts that she have are her university schoolmates who are still job hunting. And Esther has refused to show her business to people above her. She's prospecting downwards. She's not prospecting upwards or creating a balance of both ways. She's only prospecting downwards. It will not work. She cannot get signed up. Some of them don't even have money to buy data to log into the meeting room, but she's expecting them to come and attend presentation and pay. So you see that we have to balance it. Why you are showing people that are down as a way of helping them to, you're helping them, that helping mentality. People who already have money and money is not a problem to them, you're supposed to show them the business too. That's why we categorize our contacts into money, authority, and need, because we want to create that balance. So you see how you can now begin to know what the problem is and begin to attack the problems directly and help them to get their signups. And guess what? Once you follow this deliberately, religiously, not paying attention to anything else, don't even pay attention to how much you've made, you will see that eventually when you complete this 444 worksheet, your upline will sign on it. I mean, physically in the office, but offline, it can just be acknowledged, or online can just be acknowledged, and we'll move on to the next phase and documented that it has been done. So, but if you decide to follow through on the 444 worksheet with your one account, let us say that you've completed one 444 worksheet. What is that one 444 worksheet supposed to do for you? With one account that you started with, these are your 4 new partners. If what I'm saying gets complicated at any point, just drop questions. I will answer at the end of the session, or along the line, I will answer. Drop your questions. I want to be sure that everybody is being carried along, everybody is understanding what I'm saying, and it's making a lot of sense. So I know it's making sense, but I want it to make a lot of sense to me, because I want, after today, this is the end of the month, right? We're going into a new month, and ideally, this weekend or this Saturday, we're supposed to recognize recognize people in the new level based on activities that have been completed. But we're going to shift it just because we want to help you to quickly complete certain activities. All right. So 444 worksheets, 4 persons in your business will pay you 14,000 naira. In fact, at the point where these 4 guys, these 4 people now, they have their own 4 downlines each. How much would you have made? Somebody punch calculator for me. 14,000 plus 56,000. Remember that this 4 is like, this is your one account, and you have 4 people to your left and 4 people to your right. And these 4 persons now, each of them have signed up 444 each, right? So the 4 people here have 16 to their left. The 4 people here have 16 to their right eventually. No, I've not gotten to that point, sorry. Your 444 here, so that means 2 on the left and 2 on the right. That makes 4. Now these 2 on the left each have 4 down, so that means 8 on your left, 8 on your right. So 8 times 7,000 matching bonus is 56,000, right? The first 4, 2 to the left match with your 2 to the right, that is 14,000. Sorry, what is it? Sorry, I see that. I mean, so when you add up this, how much are we at? I think somebody typed in the chat box. Beautiful, 70K. So you have completed, you've earned a total of 70,000 naira.
Yes.
What's that? So that's 70,000 naira in total. Sorry about that. These children. But you see what happens when you've completed your 444. So imagine that you have 3 444 worksheets, that you have 4 new partners, that you have coached them to get 4 new signups. Another 444 worksheets, 4 new partners that you coach them to get 4 new signups. That means 3 444 worksheets that you have completed would have paid you how much? 70 times 3. But remember, it doesn't stop here. So if all you do is sign up 4 people and teach them how to connect 4 people as well, then what are we not saying? But guess what? It continues. When this your 4 new partners get helped to sign up 4 people each, there's another trend that's going to come up next week. It's called effective sponsoring. We're going to break it down again some more. What I've said will be more even emphasized, but for this level, this is what you need to know, okay? For these 4 people here, each of them have 4 new downlines. That's 16 new downlines, 16, 16, 16. At this third point, at this third level, you would have earned 224,000 naira. Is this 100% possible? Maybe not, maybe 80% possible. These same 16 people now sign up their own 4 each. Are you seeing how your income is growing? Are you seeing how your income is growing? So Let us say that in your first and second month, you achieved this, because by the time your 444 worksheet is, you pick up your 444 worksheet, you're in your 4th week in the business. And by your 4th week in the business, if it takes you another 4 weeks to help the 4 persons complete getting their own 4 signups, that means maybe in 8 weeks' time, you'd have signed up, you'd have made about 70K. Now, what if you were doing this with at least 12 people who you are guiding to follow the 444 worksheet as well? Your own is to just help them to do. You're not presenting, no. You're not the one running presentation. You're not the one running the trainings. Okay. So what it means is that in that your 8 weeks of following this 444 worksheet, 3 of it at a go, you'd have done as much as 210,000 naira. That is at this level. But now, week 1, week 2, week 3, your income starts to increase. So even if this set of 4 are not producing this result, like the next 16, the next 20, there's another set of 4 that you've helped to get their 4, and they are supposed to repeat the process. Imagine out of these people, one of them is another guy who, just like you, signs up his own 4, teaches his 4 to connect his own 4. Are you seeing what I'm saying? So out of these 3 different set of persons you're following the 444 worksheet with, you will still be able to merge the results together to give you this baseline, at least at a 60% success rate. That is 20% here and 3 other 444 worksheets you're using, 20-20. That is 60% success rate. So why this is supposed to give you a total of, maybe somebody can punch for me. If you have your calculator, you can punch. We're already at 70,000 naira here. 70,000 plus this is 294,000. So 294,000 plus 896,000 plus 1.792 plus 3.584. That sums up to what? Mathematicians in the house. People that wrote cowbell mathematics competition. This is your call, lawyer. What's the total? Is that a response? Okay, but you see, what am I trying to focus on here? By the time we figure out what this total is, we can find the 60% of it. And that is likely to be achieved in 6 months. If you commit yourself to generating this result, not because it is convenient for you, but you're trying to do whatever it takes. And whatever it takes can also include disturbing your upline. Like your upline will not sleep. Your upline, disturb them to help you, to guide, and that's why they are there. Some of your leaders are waiting to be disturbed, but you're not disturbing them enough. Because they know that if they pay attention to your success and your business, they will benefit as well. So the only time where your leader is not paying attention to you is when they know that you get instructions, but you don't follow it. So they don't feel the need to. But if you're productive, if you're fruitful, even Jesus Christ told them in the Bible, he said that any plant that does not produce fruit should be cut off. A whole vine, he cut the thing off, he withered overnight, he cursed it and he withered overnight because he was not producing. Okay, I see 6.566 million. Well, 6,566,000 naira in total. Now, if we divide this by 2, that's 3.28. If we divide it by 2, that's 50% success rate. If we divide it by 2 again, that is 25% success rate. We are at 1.9. And if we divide it by 2 again, we're about 800,000. That's about say 10% success rate. 10%. So even at 10% success rate, you can generate 900,000 naira approximately in a 6 months duration of running your business. So you see that every single day counts. Every single day counts. Now, if you decided that, you wanted to go for the multiple portfolios, already you know that if it's one account and it gives you 6 that much, then multiple accounts will give much more. So when you look at it in contrast, in your first week, these people are doing one account. So you're doing one, you decided to do 3 accounts. Has nothing to do with how many accounts that people you sign up in have to do. Because I see people who decide they stick to one account because let me just do one. People don't really have money like that. Like it's not about people, it's about you. What do you want to do? So if you decide to follow the system and you turn up with 3 accounts, your downlines can come and decide to follow you. I say, you now 3 they do. Okay, means if I want to do 3. Or they can decide to do 1 because that's what they can afford. And they have 900,000 naira to make at the end of 6 months at 20% success rate if they follow the system. So you would have still helped them. They would have still made money. Some people's problem right now is not millions. So some people's problem right now is how to put fuel in generator, how to purchase the next meal, how to clear a particular medical bill, how to raise money for a particular one issue or the other, house rent. It may not be the millions. So if they decide that it's 45K they want to do, we can't stop them from doing that. But you know what you're capable of doing and you decide to go for 3 accounts or whatever number of accounts. It has nothing to do with the number of accounts that your new downlines will decide to do. If you come on with 3 and somebody say they want to do 15, beautiful, we applaud them, okay? Because they probably have a stronger why. Now, let's say that the baseline, you're running 3 accounts, but the baseline that everybody who joined your business decided to do 1 account. In your first month, you would have earned 57,500. Compare that to the other person who did 1 account, they did 14,000. By your second month, the same thing I've just said before now, 444 worksheet, these 4 guys, we teach them how to make their own 4 connections. So you see that everything I'm showing you here is a baseline activity. Now, guess what? Even if your 4 friends, they can have maybe one of these guys, maybe one of them, Esther, the moment she realizes that she has been playing small, and you decide to say, Esther, see, all these your contacts, yes, we have shown them the business, but they don't have money, and they might come on board maybe later 6 months down the line, but you will need to get sign-ups now. And Esther decides to burn her bridges and decides that, you know what, these my big shots, let me go and talk to them. Let me put their names in my contact list. Let me invite them for presentation. And she invited them for big events, articulated events, powerful Zoom sessions, one-on-one, close down, and all of that. And before you know, these big men, she signed up with 1 account, but these big men, or 3 accounts, but these big men are doing 15 accounts. Because people who have money understand that you spend a lot of money to make more. And they are doing 15 accounts. So you see that what I'm saying is just I'm just using baseline, but of everybody coming in with 1 account, but it can be more than that. So at least you can make 112,000 naira. By the 3rd month, at least you can make 448,000 naira. By the 5th month, you can make at least 5.8 million naira. By the 6th month, at this point, you have hit your maximum daily income. So when we tell you that the company set a cap where you can only make 40 matches in a day, that is because it's going to get to a point where that your 3 accounts cannot make more than 5.88 million naira every month. If the company had not placed that cap, what would it mean? It would mean that by your 5th month, you could have earned more than this. By 6th month, you could have earned more than, but they want to stay stable as well. So some of the registrations are going to be flushed away to the company's pockets, but it's still good because for every 1.2 million naira that you make in the business, the company has made a sale of over 12 million naira. You see that now? But what it means that you can pride in the fact that I've helped the company generate sales of 12 million naira, and that is why I'm worth this much. That's why I've made this much. You don't even see it until it happens, right? Again, I'm buttressing this point now for some of you who maybe your friends have deceived you by saying that, oh, this thing it looks so sketchy and I don't understand how this money is coming. How can they be paying us all this money? Oh, these things have been taken care of. It's not for you to be figuring it out. But let me just put it out there, okay? So by your 6th month, you will still earn, 7th month, you will still earn the same 5.8. If these people continue to sign up 4 each, you can never earn more than this. So that is where the multiple accounts actually comes in, because if this person is doing 7 accounts, they can earn more than, because they have other accounts that can still generate matches and pay them. So they can exceed this cap, this income cap for their business. But that's by the side. if we total all of this now, we're looking at 13.8 million naira done total of 6 months at 100% success rate. Again, you can be doing this with 3 different 444 worksheets or 4 different 444 worksheets. And these guys might not, all of them might not be connecting their 444 each, but by the time this person on this list and this person on this sheet and the person on this other sheet and this other sheet are just doing their little bits here and there, it can merge up again to create this kind of effect in your business. And what does it mean for you? That even if it is just 20% successful, in 6 months, you can generate 2.7 million naira. So you see the baseline. And what is this? What is 2.7 million naira compared to 134,000 naira you paid to start? And then maybe all the monies you had to use to buy data and make calls. Even if you spend money on data and calls, you not reach 1 million. But even if you reach 1 million, you still have a profit of 1.7 million naira. How many things will you carry and put it in the market? The price is 1 million naira. You want to sell it, you sell it for 2.7 million naira. How many things? So you see that our business is not easy, but it's a better way. And trust me, anything that is easy, run from it. Because according to Denzel Washington, is it Denzel? Ease is the greatest threat to progress than hardship. When something is very easy, you will hardly ever achieve something meaningful out of it because everybody will be doing it. But when it's hard, when it's more than the regular person can handle, you have to pat yourself on the back to say that I am doing the right thing. And look at it, 20% subsidy can give you 2.7 million naira. Okay, I saw a question or a message. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, so now, apart from your week 1 to 5, okay, there are 3 bonus weeks that may not make it into the SMO checklist, but it is when some people are wondering, okay, so after the SMO checklist, are we just supposed to just keep on inviting to fill up my 444 worksheet? While you are doing that, you will still be having trainings. But this time around, these are not trainings that are in your SMO checklist. These are trainings, masterclass trainings. So if you see in week 5, talk about how you can now be introduced to the masterclass. Now, the first set of masterclass you're going to attend, so I mentioned effective sponsoring before, and I said you're going to get to meet that later. Effective sponsoring, regimenting for success. So this is talking about, when your new downline signs up, your new teammates, what is an effective way to be a good sponsor for your new teammates who are in the business and are pushing the bar? Regimenting for success. So this is also where you're looking at, okay, I have dedicated so much time to running the business to complete my SMO checklist. And because we say it in the beginning that your first 5 weeks are very important. But after that 5 weeks of focusing on doing the SMO checklist to the later, tooth and nail, you're grinding back to back on your SMO checklist. What are you supposed to be doing afterwards? More and more trainings, of course, but you can regiment your. So if before you used to try every week, you give as much as 7 to 10 hours for this business. This is 7 to 10 hours. 7 to 10 hours daily as a full-timer. But you can regiment for success. So maybe you have other things that you're doing that, trust me, you'll not be able to be fully active every single day back to back. You can break it down into regimen of what you're supposed to be doing. When we show you the expected activities, you can now regiment your activities for the business. So that is where, but you see, it will be, if you don't get past the SMO checklist, you will think that this business is stressful. It is not. But because you're still struggling with the SMO checklist, attend the masterclass training. Week 7 and 8, obviously. So here we're talking about playing the numbers game. Some of us have probably heard me mention numbers game from time to time. Squeezing the money out of the compensation plan, building and duplicating business. These are all trainings you're going to still learn more about. And why we remember that we say that trainings is the lifeline of the business. It's the blood in this business, like training. When blood stops running in your body, you will dry up. You will dry up. You would be trying to catch your breath, because if you don't have your red blood cells, you will not breathe in enough oxygen. If you don't breathe enough oxygen, acidosis sets in your body. If acidosis sets in your body will start to try to compensate. Before you know, your organs will shut down. And once your organs shut down, your heart, your brain, that's it. So if you are, the same thing applies to training. Once you're not attending training, you will dry all the challenges you're facing in the business, they will dry you up to weigh you down. And before you know, you're not doing enough activities, and when you're not doing enough activities, your organs will shut down. When you pick up your phone to make call, you will lose it. You'll not be able to. And before you know, it will be said that, La Buena Vida, I did that thing now. I did it though. I didn't even get any results. It's not anybody's fault. It wouldn't be our fault. Okay? So week 9 and 10 again, follow up the pathways to success. So although there's follow up in your SMO checklist right now, preliminary, right? But there's more you can learn about follow up, pathway to successful recruiting, because guess what? This is somewhere around your week 9 and 10 in the business. And there are people who you showed the business to in your first week, in your second week, in your third week, while you may have gotten some downlines, those people are yet to sign up. And they are seeing that this guy is in this business. So, she's still doing this thing. How do you re-expose the opportunity to them to get them to that point where they can now make up their mind to sign up? This is what this particular kind of follow-up training is about, mastering the art of closing. So closing is that part where some of you are looking at your leaders and you're like, the way this will present this thing no more, it's so sweet in the ear, it's so powerful, it's so this. But we have to master the art of closing. Leaders have to master the art of closing. So we can start to introduce you into mastering the art of closing so that even outside the presentations. So at this point now, you've regimented your business. You don't have to be following you may not be able to be active as you were in your first 5 weeks in the business, but you are still prospecting, you're still showing people the business and you're closing them yourself. So that is the point where you get to, and your business, maybe your colleague at the office, or you meet somebody in a vehicle, you're traveling and you figure that, this person is a good person. Somehow conversation ensued and the person is now saying, what is the business about? Unlike when you were in your first week in the business, I would say, don't try to talk to them, just see how to invite them for the meeting. But when you've mastered the art of closing, you can show the business to them at any place, wherever, at any point in time, and close them down. Because you have the results, you also have the skills to do that. Okay, so now, another secret formula, SMO checklist supposed to be paired with 2 packs of C247 every month. Why? You wonder. This one now, you're hearing this one for the first time. Some of you are hearing for the first time, like C247. The mindset behind the formula of this secret is this, that every MLM business thrives on 2 core activities: recruitment and reorder. Remember, we have products here. The money you pay is for products, right? So when you get started and you're getting your friends to sign up, you are recruiting people into your team who purchased products worth a particular amount that gave them a particular business portfolio, whether 1, 3, 7, or 15 accounts. But on the long run in the business, the company is where it is today not because people are just signing up. Again, this is something that's going to be like some skills wall of your eye at this point, because some of you, your friends, have made you to think that, okay, so people just be bringing people, that's how the company. No. There is a component of the business that you may not have thought about clearly, and that is reorder. Many people, many of us here, use the products religiously, back to back. So while we come here and talk about, sign up, pay 48, this, that, no. At the back of the engine, we are products of the products. If you come to my house, you're going to find alkaline tea. You're going to find C247. You're going to find Complete. You're going to find corridors. You're going to find toothpaste. Okay? Why? Because I'm a product of the business. I reorder. I use them for myself, for my family. We enjoy it. I was talking to somebody who is on the verge of abandoning her business, and she reached out to me and said, please, can I sell my account? And I said, it's impossible, my darling, because this money has been paid and you've been registered, and there's no selling of accounts. Had it been you brought the money you used to open this account and say, this is the money I want to use and do the business, but hold on to it first. Don't register me yet. Let me do the prospect and get downlines first. Then when 1 or 2 persons decide to register, you can now use their name to register the account. So that way, what have you done? You have sold it now, but you cannot pay, get registered. Your account has even been linked. You've even encashed some money from the account, and then you are saying you want to sell your account. You got it all wrong. And I told her that where I am right now, Even if I don't know, I don't even know what it is, but perhaps a scenario presents itself where I have to consider my business. I can't be thinking of selling my account. I can't. Why? Because the business is not just about recruiting people. It's about the benefits of enjoying the products as well and getting paid to do so. So there are people who are partners here. People in this business are at different levels in their business. Some of them are just in the beginning of their business, and what they are, where they are focused on right now, they're just recruiting. So they are just connectors. They're just making money as connectors. Some people are at a point in their business now where they are both connecting new partners and also reordering the products and teaching their teammates to do the same. And then there is a minority group of people in this business who signed up not because they're interested, they don't want to run the business, they just want to have access to the products for their personal use, or they have retail outlets where they sell the products. Nothing concerning them with recommending people, but once in a while, when they see somebody who loves products so much, and the person says, I know that this company has this business, so how can I do it? They can connect them and get them signed up. They've sponsored somebody. All right. So this is MLM for you. So what does it mean? That outside people getting started paying for 4,000 naira to sign up in the business, there are other ways that people are making money in this business through the product consumption. Now, to grow in the business, you must promote that other component of your business. That's why some people are at different stages in their life in this business. Some people are at that point where they use the products and they promote it in their team. Their teammates always buy products because they want their teammates to also duplicate the same results and the same steps that they did to where they are now. All right. So our reorder component is done using the monthly maintenance. M Global has put it in place such that you can maintain your account every month so that you can earn from not just referral bonus and matching bonus, but also the other income options that is tied to just products being circulated or being used. Not people coming, not people signing up, but people buying products. So you can make money both ways. Now, to start earning your new, so this is where the new level, I've mentioned that before in your QS, your IPO. To start any new level and starter bonus, you need to maintain your account each month by buying 2647 at least. Why 2647? Because this gives you the minimum amount of points that is required to be considered as a product purchase for monthly maintenance. Now, how much, you may wonder, is 2647? 2647 is about 13,900 naira. So that's even less than 15K a month. So if your business is giving you 70,000 naira and you decide to carry 15K and maintain your account every month, are you not reinvesting back into your business? Because remember, every money you make from it, and this is just in case you have another business you're doing, maybe you're already into tailoring or you're already into something. Bear in mind that the money you make from that business does not all belong to you. Yeah. So people do their business and they make a sale and they have a lot enter. They say, money don't come. All that money is not for you. Apart from every other thing, your tithe, your widow, what all those things, offering, all those things, charity, whatever, solving your family problem and all of that. A good percentage of that money is supposed to go back into your business. So because of this reorder component, it has made it easy for you to be able to invest back into your business by doing your monthly maintenance. But you see, not just are you doing your monthly maintenance, it is duplication we're talking about here, right? So just the same way you're teaching your downlines to connect their 4 and make their own 4 connections, that's the same way they are teaching their downlines to buy their own products. So as they do so, you have a build up of product purchases in your team, as well as new registrations in your team. So you see that both sides of your business is moving. 6247 gives approximately 0.2 points. So that gives you 0.4 positional point. Now, I've talked about the points when I talked about uni level, step, how you go from silver executive to gold executive. Some of you may not have understood what I was saying then, but these are positional points that is attached to every product that you purchase. Okay, so positional points will promote you in the compensation. So it will promote you to different positions in the compensation plan. So by virtue of repurchasing, every month you buy 2647 for your personal use or gifting it to your parents, but this is just for you, a way of investing back into your business. What will happen is that you're going to start to grow in positions from just being a distributor to being a silver executive, being a gold executive. So that's where the name positional points came from. Okay, and just to add more to that, doing the SMO checklist grows the recruiting component of your business and consequently the matching bonus, right? Now, doing the 26247 monthly grows the other component of your business and promotes you on the compensation plan and consequently grows your new level of stated income. And may I add that that also now increases your earning potential. So if by your 4th month in the business, from that my analogy with those accounts that I showed you, you had done the first 4 connected 4 who connected 4, and you're in your 4th month, and you may be able to generate like say 500,000 naira from matching bonuses. Because remember, at that point you may not be earning referral bonus, because the people who you refer are the ones doing the work that you're earning from. And while they are making their money, you're making your matching bonus. And maybe you made 500,000 naira matching bonus. See, the beautiful thing about making doing your monthly maintenance now is that you can still make money from uni level and tested. That if you add it to that 500,000 naira, you might be somewhere around 600,000 naira in total. But what did it cost you? It only cost you 15,000 naira the previous month to maintain your account, so that the next month you get paid uni level. Which this part of the payment, while your matching bonuses are made every day as your persons or your new partners are signing up, your compensation plan from the other component, the company pays it every 15th of every month. So the good thing about this is that maybe your business, maybe your first at the beginning of a new month, everywhere is dry, nothing has happened. All the people that have attended presentation, they have not yet paid. They're saying end of month. But guess what? Log into your DCC on the 15th and you will see money there. Where did the money come from? Last month's products reorder. Okay, so it also gives you this kind of wow, you feel like, so the reorder component of the business is very, very, very good as well. So benefits of this: view the 6 months outcome. In your first month, you send up 4 people, run your SMO checklist with 2647 strategy. Each pair of 2647 give you 0.4 points. So that means that the 4 persons, when they make their own 4 product pack 2647 purchases, that would have given you 1.6 points, right? 4 times 0.4. Now you have 4 downlines at this level. I wish I had a whiteboard. Normally when I do this training, I usually use a whiteboard to explain in the physically, but I'm going to do my best to make it understood. But of course, these sessions are going to still be broken down some more in further trainings. I talked about squeezing the money juice out of the compensation plan. That will also throw more light on this. But now you have 4 downlines on level 1. At this point, though, you are still a distributor because you just have 1. Now, let me also mention something I didn't say before. When you do your account maintenance or whenever your people in your team purchase products, the points for their product purchase is counted for you. So when these 4 persons did their 0.4 positional points, they gave you a total of 1.6 points. Now remember that you yourself did 0.4. So when we add up all of this, 0.4 plus 1.6, that is 2 points that you would have made in your first month. But you have also earned, sorry about this figure, you have also earned a matching bonus of 14,000 naira. This was the previous compensation plan when it was 4.8. As of this time last year, they pay us 4.8. But many of you are here now when we are now making 7,000 naira as matching bonus. Okay. Now by the second month, your 4 new signups have 4 signups in their month. So now you have 16 downlines at the level 2. So you see at this point again, you've completed your 444 worksheet. Now what is happening? These 16 people have gone through the SMO checklist and they now know the 2647 monthly maintenance strategy. And each pair of these 2647 gives you 0.4 points. So 16 of them purchasing 2647 gives you 6.4 points. Plus your own 0.4 that you have done, that's 6.8. Now you're still a distributor because when we add 6.8 points to the previous 2 points, that is what? 8.8 points. But you've also earned a matching bonus of 54,000. Please ignore these last figures. I already produced the last figures, the monthly, month 1, month 2, month 2, month 3 in the previous. I forgot to change this one. I thought I did. Now, by your 3rd month, you would have, the 16 persons have now signed up their own 3. So you continue in this manner, and guess what? These 64 persons doing 0.4 positional points gives you 25.6 points. Add it to your own 0.4 points. That gives you 26 points. Now, that gives you a total of 26 points plus 8.8 points, right? Guess what? You have just hit 10 points which you need to become a silver executive, and you have extra points. So what happens to that extra point? You are on your way to gold executive. But as a silver executive now, by your 4th month, forget about this income, by your 4th month now, when your 64% are signing up people and they would have signed up 256 downlines, the company pays you extra 200 naira for as a silver executive for new sign-ups in your business. This is apart from the matching bonus, apart from the referral bonus, perhaps you sign up somebody new, you get paid 200 naira. So multiply 200 naira by 256. Multiply it and let me know in the chat box. I need your responses, but let me quickly run through. By the time it's doing 256 downlines are doing their positional points of 0.4, that's 102 points. See, by your 4th month, you become a gold executive back to back. Your 1st month you were silver executive, the 4th month you were gold executive. Sorry, the 3rd month you were a silver executive, and the 4th month you are a gold executive. Perhaps your 1, 2, 3, 4 months might not pan out this way, and maybe it's double the time. But what it means is that by your 8th month in the business, you are now a gold executive. Now your income again, but remember, apart from the matching bonus that you have earned from the regular activities in your business, you have now also earned step. You will also be earning uni level. You will also be earning UPP rebate bonus. Add these other 3 incomes to the total of other monies that you've made. So there's so much money to be made in this business. The essence of this meeting today is to open your eyes to the possibility of more if you decide to run with us to the end. I mean, there's no end anyways. So 256 by 200 is 512. So that means you have done an extra 51,000 naira. Let me see if we are, yes, 51,200 extra that you have earned, apart from matching bonus and referral bonus. And then it continues like this to your month 5. And guess what happens by your month 5? Your 2256 downlines have signed up 4 people each. Apart from all the money that you're going to make, their points count for you. And you are still a gold executive, because gold executive requires you to make 100 points. But the extra points you have now are leading you up to global ambassador. All right. And so as we continue like that, and you are now a global ambassador by your 6th month. So are there people who have hit global ambassador in 6 months? I don't think so, but I know that so you see why I said that some of the things we show you here, this is 100% results, right? But what if you are able to follow this and half the time, or sorry, double the time? Somebody became a gold executive. That's the highest record of gold executive, global ambassador that has been broken on the platform in 9 months. In 9 months. Some of our leaders here took 4 years to get to global ambassador. All right. So, but following this system, so you see where I say that the hard stuff can be hard, but if you dedicate yourself to doing it, it is so rewarding. It is so fulfilling to be able to do all of this. Now, when we add up all these points, 218 points, and at a 50% success rate, you get 1,092 points, and you still end up as a global ambassador in your 6th month. So what am I saying in essence? If you've been writing, which I expected that you're doing, like taking notes down, because that is what your jotter is for. If you've been writing at this point, you will realize that, see, the goal is to sleep, eat, and drink the formula above, nothing else. If you can sleep, drink, and eat this formula, you are on your way to generating the kind of results that you want, that people will marvel and be like, nobody this business where you start that time, waiting happen, show us the way. They'll be calling you and trying to ask you all the questions in this world. But I want to answer your questions, and because that has brought me to the end of tonight's session. That's what the 444 worksheet duplication model is about. But perhaps you have questions you want to ask me, clarifications you need me to make. You can drop your questions in the chat box now. At least we have a few more minutes before. We have like 7 minutes before 9:30, which will end the meeting. But drop your questions now. Any questions? Any questions? I'm ready to answer your questions. Any questions so far? Let me see. Questions. I mean, if we don't have any questions, it means that everything was clear. You got all the gist, all the juice. I think somebody just typed something. Let's see. Okay. Yes, you're welcome, Henry. So I mean, I can understand that in absence of any question, what it means to me is that you are still digesting it, or you have digested it and it is clear. So you can now go to numbers game. Is actually a training that was supposed to do much later, but happiness and can you more light on the numbers game, please? The long and short of the numbers game is this. Using the SMO checklist from week 1 to week 5, your first 150 names, social media prospecting, online eligibility link, 50 questionnaires, 50 social media contacts or social media forms filled. You'd have generated another 100 contacts. Add that to your 150. That gives you a total of 250 contacts that you would have harnessed in your first 5 weeks. The way the numbers game plays out is, for every 10 persons that see your business, 1 person will sign up. So every time you're concerned, oh, I don't have a sign up yet, go and check. Have 10 people seen your business. Have 10 people attended the presentation from the beginning to the end. 10 people. If you don't have 1 sign up, it means that you don't have up to 10 people who have seen the presentation from the beginning to the end. Go and check, confirm, and let me know. So if your goal is to get 1 person to sign up and you need 10 persons to attend the presentation, that means if you're looking at how you can generate 12 signups in your first 1 month, you are supposed to show the business to 120 people who would have attended our presentation sessions. So let me break it down. We have presentation on Tuesday, we have a session on Thursday, we have a session on Saturday, we have a session on Sunday. These are online sessions. And from time to time, we actually have sessions outside the regular presentation schedule. If you ask for it, it can be done for you. So in a whole month of 4 weeks, we have 16 presentations or more if we decide to add physical meetings. So if we have 16 presentations or more, 120 contacts across 15 different sessions means that you can have between 8 persons, 8 times 12, 96. Yeah. So 8 persons in a session for the 16 sessions we're going to have in the whole month, who see the business from beginning to the end. What does that mean? It means that 8 people in a session for 16 sessions in total. What's the total? Multiply that for me. 8 times 8, 64, 128. Yeah. About 128 persons would have attended the presentation from your invitations from beginning to the end. Take my word to the bank. If you show 128 people this business in 1 month and you don't get signups, at least 12 or at least 10, just don't take anything I say seriously again, ever again. I did not say 128 people in 1 year, because the law of the numbers game, the numbers game works with 2 laws: law of compressed activities, and I've forgotten the second one. Maybe somebody can help. Mrs. B, I don't know if you remember. Well, why did I bring that up? The law of compressed activities is you doing what you need to do in the shortest time possible. It will generate that result. So 10 people sit down in a presentation at once will give you 1 sign up. But when 10 people sit down in a presentation in 3 days, scatter it in or 1 week, show 10 people the business, you may not be able to get that 1 sign up, because you're going to follow up on them at different schedules, at different pace, and all of that stuff. Plus, there's the effect of the more the merrier. So imagine you had 10 persons in the meeting room. They feel like they're part of a big deal compared to when you have 1 person in the meeting room. Okay, so that's crowd effect of 10 persons generates results more than the crowd effect of 1 person. but that's by the way. So what am I saying? Compressing the activities. So I feel like maybe I should even say that your goal in your first 5 weeks in the business is to make sure that at least out of your 250 contacts that you're supposed to harness, right? 160 of them attend the presentation. Now, so the numbers game again. Out of 10 persons you invite to a presentation, at least 4 of them will attend. Yeah, all of them cannot attend presentation. Okay, let that sink in. Normalize it. It's the normal thing. Out of 10 people you invite for presentation, only 4. You expect 4 or more. If you have 4, 5, 6, 7, good, but have 4. Is that clear? Okay, so that's the numbers game. So if that is the case, out of your 250 people that you're trying to invite to a presentation, are you expecting that the 250 people that want to shoot the business in your first 1 month will sign up? No, because 250 of them will not attend. They will have one problem or the other. So when we ask you to write out all this content, it's because we are giving room for these excuses. So I will not be surprised if your prospect attends presentation and say they are not interested. Or if your prospect is invited and say they will attend and end up not attending. While you are busy beating yourself up, I know that that is what is expected. So this is one way you can manage your expectations. So from your 250 contacts, when we say you should write out as many contacts as possible, it is because we are trying to cushion the effect of those who will not show up. And out of those who will show up, those who will say they're not interested. So our plan is to work on 250 contacts so that out of these 250 contacts, at least 100 will attend the presentation from the beginning to the end. And remember that I said 4 or more. So 100, by the time you try to reschedule, you might get 20 or 30 or 40 others that will attend the session. So what has happened? Your numbers have increased to like 140 persons who saw the presentation. Now, out of 140 persons who have seen the business from the beginning to the end, how many will sign up? 14 or more. So you see where the numbers game play out now. This is it. And everything I've said this, it only would work in a space of 1 month. If you break it down into 2 months, you might not get the same results as doing it in 1 month will generate. Okay, so that is to throw more light on numbers game. Awesome. Thank you, mommy. Debbie says, what happens when you have just 1 downline and that your 1 downline has 4 downlines? When you have just 1 downline and that your downline has 4 downlines, your downline is making money, but you are not making money because you have just 1 downline. But perhaps you, this person who has 1 downline, who has 4 downlines, who, again, it's not just about having 4 downlines, but let them be duplicating. Like, let them also be generating their own signups, getting their 4 to get their 4. So what will happen is that, let me share my screen again. When your 4 downlines are, having their own, when your 1 downline is having 4 downlines who are doing the business, that 1 downline is on one side of your business. So let me use the 1 account as example. So this is your 1 account, and you have 1 downline. That is one. This is this person, 1 person. This 1 person is going to be maybe to your left, like this. And the person is on your left, and they have their 4 downlines. Who now have their 4 downlines? So now everything is going on. These people here are making money, but your left-hand side of the business is empty. So there's no matching point. There's no matching bonus to be made. There's no matching bonus to be made, right? Perhaps this person signs up at the point where they said, oh, mastermind support. And the person is lucky that before they even got their 1 sign up, one of the person that was positioned under them is used to support them. And this same person got another support. But for only God knows why reason. Even though this person might have even done 15 accounts, which these 15 accounts can match with all the points on this point, 15 times 7,000 naira matching bonus, and pay you, right? But this person, for only God knows why sake, has refused to follow the system to get contacts and invite for presentation. The business will stop there. Except your leader again decides to keep on supporting this one side, just keep supporting. And then perhaps a leader, one supercharged guy just emerges. But even if a supercharged guy emerges, you have the responsibility to still work with everybody here as if you're the one that sponsored them. And just maybe this person who is now serious can be matching out this activity of this your one downline who has 4 downlines who they are all duplicating. So this is why I said that. And guess what? This your one downline here, at the point when your business peaks, so this person is already making more money than their leader again. To buttress the point on, you can make more money than the person that should the business to you if you're dedicated enough than they are. So overtaking is allowed in the business. Okay, but I've just explained if you have one downline. Again, something else that can happen, because I talked about the account maintenance, while this one side is very active and this side of your business is slow, whatever these guys are doing, because you are doing your monthly maintenance purchase and you've gone from distributor to silver executive, for all the new registrations that happen here, the company still pays you your turn. Even though you didn't make matching bonus in that month, you can make step and union level and UPP rebates from these activities in that month. Okay. Yes. Also, if you are purchasing your own products as well, your products can actually build up in points to the point where your product can also match out with this to pay you matching bonus. All right. So this is also more information that you can learn more and understand more on as your business optimizes for you to experience what I'm saying. As in maybe your product purchases you're doing, maybe your account here is not really active, but you encode your new products with others that registered here. Those points, every product has points, remember. So as the points in the product begin to pile up, every matching bonus of 7,000 naira is equal to 700 points. So when your product purchases for your personal self, which you will encode on the left side of your business, or right, as the case may be in this picture, right, when it gets to 700 points, it will match out with these people that are doing activities here and pay you matching bonus of 7,000 naira. But don't forget that it has also paid you UPP rebate, step bonus, new level bonus. So all around, there's money to be made, but we're talking about more here. Okay, so for more money to be made, it means that we have to unlock more channels of generating these multiple income streams from this one source. Okay, so I hope that that has answered that question. Any other question? Okay, I didn't see any other question. So it means that I think that has been covered. Everybody has been covered. So where are the rest? Some people left the meeting room. Okay, well, good for them. I wish them all the best. So, but it also means that, you know, if there are no questions, it's already 9:30, 9:37. I'm sure we all have other things to go back to so that you can sleep. So just as the meeting is ending, Henry say amen for them. Yes, we amen for them. Remember that when you attend this meeting, it's not just for yourself. You're gathering up on information that you will use to build your team. So when you now have these downlines and they are coming in and you don't know jack about the business, then they will listen to you. I've seen people who leave this business and go and register with somebody else and running the same business. Why? Because their upline does not know anything about the business. Any question they ask me, say, I don't know. Any question they ask me, they say, I don't know. So you can call it a day at this point. What I want you to take away from this is quickly go back to your SMO checklist, update where you are at. And it also means that you have checked off an activity on that checklist, update yourself, update your contacts. Who has attended the presentation? Who has not attended the presentation? Am I on track with the number of invitations I'm supposed to do? And how do I speed up my activities? And then if you need to reach out to me or your upline or Mrs. Beatrice for us to fast track certain activities, by all means, let's do that. So that'll be all for now. Enjoy the rest of your day, people. Bye. My regards to your families. And have a great weekend. So tomorrow is our event in Abuja. Yes, our Abuja event. Please. It is not too late to generate contacts and send them invitations for tomorrow's event. It is not. So this is what we're talking about. Invitation. Generate contacts, get friends to refer other people to you to generate contacts that you can invite and play the numbers game. Okay, so if you try your best and through your contacts and contacts of other people, you have like 50 persons you send reservations to for tomorrow's event, even if all of them don't attend and only 10 persons attend, it's okay for you. It's the numbers game we're playing here. All right, so your goal is to get enough number of persons who will see the presentation from beginning to the end, not just generating the contacts, but those who will see the presentation from beginning to the end. Okay, So that's all for now. Good night, everybody. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? On Monday. Zoom. The next Zoom should be on Monday. You're welcome, Happiness.